Thank you and good afternoon to everyone in attendance today. I want to thank HACIA for giving me this prestigious award for Minority Business Champion. And to elaborate or piggyback on what my colleague, Representative Davis, said about Dan, I too have those same stories with Dan dropping off manila envelopes in the office, or actually just being in my office when I get there in Springfield. But nevertheless, he's Dan. But nevertheless, he's always had his heart in the right place, and that's to promote minority businesses and to make sure that everyone was doing the right thing and that we had the necessary information to push forward. I would want to say, I want to thank my colleague, Representative Davis, for allowing me to ride his coattails somewhat. You know, Representative Davis is actually my state rep as well. We share the same area. And since I've been in the legislature this past 10 years, he's been a champion with supplier diversity and minority issues. And most of the time we take our own reps or senators, different legislation, but these are pieces of legislation that I'm proud to support and proud to carry because it's the right thing to do. With House Bill 453, as was mentioned earlier by the previous speakers, it allows the opportunity for municipalities and local units of government to create those vendor lists. And those things are very important because a lot of times that we as legislators, we get to write legislation or we discuss legislation, they always say, well, how do we know that this exists? We need the data to prove that this happened, or we need a disparity study. And as was noted, disparity studies cost a lot of money and a lot of time invested in it. So now with this legislation being signed by the governor and become effective law, those units of government now have the obligation to collect the data, and we now have access to it to be able to pull from it to see who's working in these communities, why aren't certain demographics working in these communities, and how can we bring them up to speed and up to standard on those issues. So I'm excited about it. I'm happy to see this very diverse group of people in this room to push this ball forward, and I'm excited to continue to work with most of you, and for those who I haven't had an opportunity to do so, looking forward to doing so as well. Want to reiterate my love and support for HACIA and the work that you guys do, and thank you for this opportunity.